Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to do something really silly and hope that it works. So a while back someone commented that they would love to see a shield build for the game. I was assuming they meant the skills that shield you, nothing like, not the aura skills like shield wall or skills like shield bash or those ones, but rather like the earth shield, the fire shield, arcane shield, and so on and so forth. So here we are on the arcane weaver, and we're going to grab ourselves the ice shield, the arcane shield, and then we have to take skill mastery fire for lava shield and skill mastery earth for earth shield. It's really cool because we get the healing from the earth shield, and then we've got shattered, we've got fragility, as well as damage done, and also like a shield to actually block damage for us as well. So it's going to be quite difficult. We have to get the skills up and running as well. So we're going to do it on a +0 Titan hunt because it is a really difficult one to get going, but obviously we can still do damage with it. We're using the Arcane Weaver just because we get 2 of the 4 shields already. You can do this yourself as well. And I'm going to grab the area of effect first because it's just going to be so much fun. The way that the shields work is area of effect doesn't change their actual visuals. It changes where they hit on the map. So it's going to be quite fun to see. You're going to have the shield right on you, and you're going to hit the entire screen with it, and that's what the damage is going to be like. I've done something very similar to this with Overlord cycles and normal game mode with Ice Shield, because it is actually quite funny to see when a single enemy gets hit by the actual shield, everything around it dies. So it should be able to work, but it's going to take a little bit of time and a little bit of magic working from there. Also, we do have our artifact power, which will help us, which we've never had in the past. And we've also got our ascension, which will help with multicasting and things like that. So hopefully everything goes well and we should be okay. But we don't actually have any idea whether or not it's going to work the way that it's supposed to. If we could get our artifact power to proc, that would be great, because Frost Beam deals damage based on the number of stacks of slow. So if we could get more stacks of slow on enemies, that'd be great. Also, if you guys hear a weed eater, or I don't know what you guys call it wherever you're staying, but we call them weed whackers or weed eater. We got a garden service here today, so they are busy doing the garden for us. So you might hear a bit of the bzzz in the background, and that's what you're hearing. Just in case. Okay, we don't need that. We'll grab the expansive. We're just looking for the shield skills. Come on, game. Oh, with regards to runes, we did go focused mind, so we only got 4 skills: multicast mastery, divine legacy, and advanced tactics. And then we do have a reroll mastery somewhere there. Yeah, we do. So we don't have to worry about rerolls. Okay, we actually got a skill, thank goodness. So now you can already see, like with area of effect, the shields are hitting a much further area than what they would usually, and we've only got a little bit of area of effect on them, but that's the point. We want to try and hit them from as far away as possible. We just need to hit a single enemy and then the whole screen is going to explode. So that is the plan. So far it looks like it's working, but again, obviously, because of the way that these skills work, it is quite difficult to get them to work the way that we, or to kind of control what you're doing with them. Also, not having all of them is a problem. Okay, we don't need the potency. Getting ourselves some movement speed will be very good, and multicast is obviously good, and getting ourselves some block power is going to be very good as well. We're going to need these things, Just do the easy objectives first. Critical strikes now apply burn, and we're going to see just how much damage we can do. Obviously we do have healing, so if we do take a little bit of damage, then that's fine. But these are just like weird and wacky builds. This is usually like a silly Saturday build, but I was trying this morning to think of other weird and wonderful things to show you guys, and they just weren't working. So this was something that was planned for the future. I thought we'd just show it to you now. So getting some beautiful silly Saturday videos during the week is always loved by you guys, so here we are. Okay, there's Arcane Shield. We'll get rid of the Arcane Power for now first.
This is power. Progress demands persistence.
Progress demands persistence. Alright, don't think we need the area of effect yet. We could grab damage, but I think magnetic's going to be pretty big here as well. The damage and potency is probably going to land up being on the Arcane shield more than anything else, just because of the way that it works. It's one of the ones that can actually do damage for us, but don't know how far we're going to get with this, but it's going to be fun regardless.
Balance shifts in my favor.
We'll see what we can get going. Right now we do have a skill that's helping us deal the damage, but as soon as we get our shield, we are not going to see any damage being done by our skills. Just hoping for that Arch. Actually, even if we don't get our shield right away, it might be a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because as soon as we get rid of the frost beam over here, we might be in a bit of trouble. So, you know, if we don't get it right away, that's not the end of the world either. Okay, we'll grab more burn, increase the amount of mana we gain, grab some slow so we can get from a slow to disarray, and then get disarray to disoriented, because any form of damage and negative effects and anything like that that can help us will obviously make a big difference. So I don't know, we've never tried this build in Titan Hunt, so we're just hoping that it's going to work. There should be a tentacle somewhere. This was supposed to be a tentacle fight, no? Oh, there they go. Nothing to show there. We got burn to slow, which we don't need. We get a multicast on all of them. The best thing for us is all of them are magical as well, so we don't want those. We actually want the area of effect, and we want the multicast on them as well. So even damage for magical will definitely make a big difference for us. So getting those divine legacy upgrades are going to make a massive difference for this build. Okay, that was actually a +2 right here. Nice. Getting hit is actually not a bad thing here, especially with the Arcane shield, which by the way is not very good. Hopefully one day it gets a little bit of a buff. It does need a little bit of a buff, so hopefully one day it will get that, but who knows what will happen. Also need a much lower cast frequency on all the skills as well. But first boss will be up now, which is good, and we're still waiting to see our shield. But I'm actually happy that we've got a skill that can actually do damage for the first boss fight, because we need to get it up and running before you're able to do anything further. So the fact that we aren't getting it is not the end of the world. Okay, cast frequencies, still no skill that we're looking for. I'm going to go for the cast frequency for everything rather than a single skill. More burn for a little bit more damage. Damage increases. So Arcane Shield is a weird one. It's got potency, and then it's got a damage per your shield health, and then damage per shield health. So if we grab a potency, which is good over here, you can see 30 and 89. It then goes to 44 and 89. I'm actually going to lock this. Hopefully we gain a level or 2 during the boss fight, but I think we do actually need Frostbeam for the boss fight. So we're going to lock the skill and then replace our choices, lock it again, and grab cast frequency. Hopefully the next level we should be able to get it before we get the passives for the... hopefully we level up before, is what I'm trying to say. So let's defeat the boss first. Actually we're doing quite a lot of damage to it, so that's really good. I'm hoping for a level before we beat the boss though, so we can get the shield and it doesn't affect the actual boss's passives, because I have a feeling that we can do something weird and wonderful there, which we don't want. But there we go, we go and grab that. There's the ice shield for the frost beam, and we now grab ourselves the Brittle to Colossal. So hopefully this we can apply enough Brittle through the shields, and we'll go from there. They do direct damage as well, so maybe exposed will be quite good here, but we need more levels. So let's see what happens.
combo.
This is not going to work very well. That's pretty funny. I mean, it is half working. Okay, we can press G. Increase the amount of slow on crits. That doesn't really matter too much. But let's go do some objectives, hoping to not fight bosses. But, you know, the first thing we get is obviously bosses. So, of course, what we need is lower cooldowns. And more multicast. Critical strike chance is going to be good here as well. And then we've also got our artifact power to help with a little bit of damage as well. We got Earth Shield for healing. I mean, there's a lot happening in this, to be honest. But there we go, boss is down. Got ourselves a whack ton of levels over there. We can just grab more burn. We don't need the area of effect for these, so I'm just going to remove that. There's more multicast, and I do want damage as well, so we're going to re-roll that. There we go, beautiful. We get the multicast and the damage increase. Damage increase is beautiful over here. There's another damage increase with the multicast over here, so we're going to grab both of those as well. Beautiful. We don't need the general area, and then we can just grab damage upgrades for everything as well. So we should feel a lot better now. We do have damage increases, multicast increases. I just wish there was a cast frequency increase from these, but unfortunately not.
Step by step, the hunt takes shape.
Alright, but you can definitely see it's making a much bigger difference now, having the area of effect and so on and so forth. So you'll notice things just get hit by everything, no matter where they are on the screen. They're just burning, they're just taking damage, and visibility factor, we're on 100% visibility, and you don't notice any difference. So that's what I really love about these skills, is you don't need all that visuals going on. You don't have to worry about anything like that. I'm just getting rid of all the area of effect things, so we can see more multicast and more damage upgrades.
Power surges. Void fragment collected. The Titan's fate is sealed.
Okay, the frequency of which our ascension shows up is good. I've done silly things before in the game. I've done things where we played using just a Arcane shield, like 6 of them. I don't think I ever did a video for it because it was quite weird. Actually, I think I have done a video for it, but it didn't work out as well as I would hope to be, just because of the way that the scaling works on the skill. But that's also just a really funny one to try out. Obviously, it has to be these low-level Void field or Titan Hunt sigil levels, because you're going to have a time of your life struggling with it, and you know you don't want to do that. But the fact that we actually have very hard defenses with this build is going to be quite difficult for us to lose or anything like that. So multicasting is our favorite friend here. We need some more critical strike chance, more multicast, beautiful. Yep, we definitely need more crits. Cast frequency on the Arcane shield. The cooldown is lower than the duration, but we do want it to show up as often as possible. It does explode. I don't believe it does damage, but it can apply negative effects with its explosion. So the explosion won't do anything unless they actually hit us. So we need to take a little bit of damage for the explosion to deal damage, if that makes sense. So the skill's quite weird. The way that it works is it has a certain amount of shield health. It deals 140 per damage per health. I mean, it deals damage per health of the shield lost. So the damage amount is of the shield absorption. So it can be 66 times 140 if it destroys the actual shield, which is what you want, but it's very difficult to get that. Okay, we need the multicast and we need the damage. So there we go. Beautiful. Increased damage, increased multicast. That's exactly what we want. And then we go and get some defenses along with more multicast, more damage. Potency over there with the Disarray is good, and we have no more locks for anything but the our one more Divine Legacy. So unfortunately with the build, because 2 of our slots had to use upgrades, and because we needed to re-roll for our skills, we had to take a re-roll mastery. But it would be 100 times better if we got really good RNG. Actually, we should have rather gone for Endless Refill and rather just try to get the skills later on in the run. But I like to get them quite early, guys. But I just want you to know, especially if you're new to the game, getting something like the Endless Refill is actually far superior to Reroll Mastery. If you can have both of them, then that's even better. But generally speaking, getting yourself the Endless Refill will be much better for a build like this, because you're then able to obviously refill your locks as well, which we need, especially for the multicast and the damage. But we just need more cast frequency. Actually, yeah, our cast frequency is not looking too hot.
Oh gods, I'm invincible.
Just get our artifact power to do something, I guess. There we go. So now we got exposed on hit. Hopefully that's going to be decent for us as well. And more potency. So the potency again increases the shield health, and then overall damage numbers increase the damage per health. We got Disarray, so we can go Disarray to Disorientated over here, and then we can grab Shattered using Broken if we wanted. It's also quite an... actually, we might land up going double Aruanak depending on what happens. But this is going relatively well for what it is, you know what I mean? We just need lower cooldowns, which we are not fortunate enough to have occur yet. I think one of the easiest ways to do the damage better is probably by hitting the smaller enemies instead of focusing on the bigger enemy, if that makes sense. You can actually see we're defeating the Titans or the Void, Shadow Voids of the Lord there without even worrying about our actual, skills. So that's pretty funny. This is working really well. Alright, there's some cast frequency. Give it to us. We need more. The more cast frequency, the better. And then Disarray stacking, of course, is going to be very good for us. Just get as much cast frequency as possible. I just wish there was a cast frequency upgrade that we could get from the... Actually, we'll go for, not Aruanak, we'll go Midorahk next, because Midorahk has that 50% cast frequency and the 60% critical damage upgrade. So we'll grab that. That should definitely come in handy. And over here, we want the damage increase. We didn't get the multicast. I'm not going to lock for now. Damage on its own should be plenty. And then, again, do we have 100% crit chance? No, not yet. So let's get some more crits. If we can get our Ascension up and running, that'd be great. I took the block over there, by the way, because it was of rare quality. And yeah, look at the damage we do. Pretty good if you ask me. Again, it is low sigil, so it's understandable. I think any build can actually work on this, but getting something funky and fun to work is always really, really cool. Nice multicast there. And some defenses. Ascension's up, we gain damage, area, and more multicast. Unfortunate that we don't gain anything to do with cast frequency. But we get a normal +1 objective over here when we only needed a +1. Ah, that cast frequency is so juicy though. But we can't get it. Potency above everything.
Void fragment collected. The Titan's fate.
Alright, so more burn, more potency, critical damage. We still need more crit. Beautiful, 80% crit. That's relatively good amount, but the more we can get, the merrier. So again, this is probably another one where if we just focus on everything other than the boss, we'll probably land up having a much better time. If we can get our ascension up and running as well, then we'll be in a much better position. You're not going to be able to slow me down because I'm going to be near you. Takes a little bit of time, unfortunately, but the more hits we can get going on everything, the better it will be for us. Obviously the Arcane Shield's not doing much for us because we can't actually get hits because that spells disaster. We did take 31 damage there, so that should help us. Maybe we do need to get hit more. We do have healing anyway. Let's just see what happens there. I don't know if... I never saw if it did a lot of damage or not, actually. I couldn't see. I just hope it did. But there we go. Boss fight's down, so that's the third Titan down. We're actually doing relatively well. Grab ourselves more damage, more multicast there instead of the potency. Some more crit. There's the Disarray to Disoriented, and we're now gonna go and grab ourselves the cast frequency and the critical damage from Midorahk, because cast frequency is the biggest thing for us right now. So the more we can cast our skills, the better it's gonna be for us. Just there's so many enemies, we don't even get the opportunity to see like a really cool design going on over here. There we go. Started seeing a little bit of something, but then immediately it pops because we hit stuff. So it's very difficult to get what we're aiming for to look visually, but we're definitely doing damage, which is great. But this is where the cast frequency and the multicast come in handy. Yeah, we're definitely doing quite a decent chunk of damage.
The hunt takes shape.
Lovely. It's just such a weird and wonderful build. It's just one of those builds where visually it's like, hang on, what's actually happening here? We don't need the area of effect, but I do want multicast. Again, we can't lock and then reroll because that's not going to help us. We got the burn to slow, we don't need some more of that. We could go bleed, but it's a bit late for that. Just grab the damage and disarray stacks, I guess. Getting something like poison may have been the best thing, but we don't have any poison in this build. So maybe going for the Disarray to bleed would have been a good option because we can then go bleed to poison. But it is what it is.
Momentum is power. Keep moving.
Final +4. Also guys, there is a bug over here with this one. So if you dash into the wall when you've got the barrier stopping you from moving, you can actually warp into the boss arena. So do be careful with that. Obviously there are things that have been put into place, but there are issues with Unity. So it doesn't matter what the developers do, there are times where Unity can cause you to just kind of warp through the boundaries. So just don't dash into the wall when you've got the objective around there as well. It doesn't bode well for you. We can actually re-roll here quite a few times to get more, well, we don't need duration, but to get more cast frequency. That's something I probably should have been doing. Let's try to get more. So cast frequency on the Arcane Shield is probably going to be pretty good. Multicast there is pretty good, and that's not green or higher, so we'll get something. I mean, damage is cool too, so it's actually quite a lot of damage if you go 134 times 258. Obviously it's not as good as your normal stacking damage, but that's actually pretty respectable damage, I think, for what it is. Again, you can initially just take damage like standing in puddles. We've got to wait for the Arcane Shield to come back up because we used it. So there we go, it popped. It's just a pretty interesting way of getting, you know, take damage for free, and then when it pops, it actually deals damage to the boss. So that's actually a pretty clever way of doing things. A very possible way of doing things. You don't want to take a big hit, but you want to take these small hits from poison puddles and things like that. And you also get flashbanged when it goes off. Oh, do you know what that little flashbang is? Okay, so if we go to the skill breakdown, you can actually see there's going to be something called Astral Safeguard, yeah. So what happens is our skill, we actually kind of retaliate, or we have like a, whenever we take a damage, we do a certain like explosion around us that deals damage. It's part of the Arcane Weaver skill tree, so it's actually pretty cool that we see that, but that's what that big, massive blue AoE type-esque thing is that's happening around us. So pretty interesting. I completely forgot about that, but yeah, that's not what we're looking for. Come on, there we go. So we get the 50% cast frequency, so we go from like let's say 2.9 down to 2.5, so quite a big difference, but let's see what happens here. I don't know if we can beat the Corrupted Void Hunter or not, but this has still been really fun to try and do. Come on, it has to work. Obviously, we've got time now to still get a couple of levels. We're 7 levels off of another Divine Legacy proc, so we should definitely get those. But if we can get to level 175, that would be majestic. It could give us either more multicast or just flat damage, which we are more than happy to grab. By the way, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the higher the objective difficulty, the more XP you get from it. So even if you have 14 out of 15 as an objective thing for the boss fight, and you've got a 4 objective or a 3 objective, you want to do the higher level objective for more XP at the end of it. 2 more levels and we get the Divine Legacy. We're just hoping it shows us damage and multicast so we can get both of them.
Fragment by fragment, the spell will break.
So there we go. Let's check what we can do here. Lethality is good. Relentless is good. Reduce the mana con. Yep, that's good. Bleed. Do you know what? I laugh, but maybe. And maybe we can get a damage and multicast in the same thing. One more reroll. We didn't get it. Okay, so we just gotta hope. Alright, if we can get a bleed to poison, that would be really good as well. I should have taken them much earlier though, but it's whatever, it doesn't actually matter.
Void fragment secured. Soon, all will collapse.
So here's the perfect example of what I was just talking about. So we've got 6 points, we've got 2 +3s, and then we've got a +4 right at the back there, which will put us at 14 out of 15, and we do the +4 for the XP. So let's see what happens. We could also just spend a bit of time there by that XP and get that as well, but I'm quite happy to not do it. Again, we can take some damage. We do have Earth Shield to heal us. Obviously, there are much better ways of doing builds like this, but this one's the most fun. I would say it's actually a really good build to help you push, not knowledge, but push defenses. So like learn how to dodge and things like that. So you're still going to do damage. You don't have to worry about visibility. And you can actually learn to kind of dodge quite well with this. And there we go. All 12 mages down. We just missed the level up for the next Divine Legacy, which is a bit unfortunate, but whatever. We can't do anything about it. We do need defenses though. So gonna grab the life. Gonna grab the defenses when we see them. We can grab more of that. Defense, armor. This is going to be rough, but you know, if we don't win, we don't win. It's been a great time trying to do this and win using these. I don't expect it to win, which is the reality of the situation, but if it does, that's even better. Because that's a lot of damage we need to do to this guy. It's very easy to see everything on the screen though, luckily, to an extent, except for when there's that massive explosion. The problem with the explosion is it isn't doing damage because we're not taking damage. So we have to find something to damage us for us to take damage to then deal damage with it. Let's see if we can tank something here. So you can tank a little bit of damage. And anything that actually does deal damage to us will heal back up. So that's okay as well. Yeah. We actually have our levels again for the Divine Legacy. Oh, one more level it would seem. Next level is Divine Legacy. But we need 2 levels, not just the one. My math is bad, guys. Sorry. It's 175, not 170. But quite a comfortable fight. And do you know what? This is actually a pretty good build to teach you the boss fights. So if you've ever wanted to take a long time to fight a boss and learn their mechanics and learn what abilities they can do, this is one of those builds. Because I'm pretty sure we're going to beat this boss eventually. I mean, we're halfway there. And we heal up massive amounts. And the Arcane shield comes up relatively quickly as well. Just every now and then when we get really hurt, we've got to make sure we dodge afterwards so that we can heal up. Okay, come on, Earth Shield, you need to heal us. I'm actually surprised we were able to defeat the Corrupted Void Hunter. So I actually think the Void King might be easier than the Void Hunter. But we'll see what his life is at. I could be wrong. But we've definitely got the opportunity to get more damage, so that's really good. Yeah, we're not going to re-roll because that's not going to work for us. And then we can re-roll this, hopefully getting... No. Okay, we have to take the critical strike chance this. I mean, that's crazy. We could actually do that. No, we've got a lot of multicast actually. We'll just grab the crit. Okay, this is going to take another 5 minutes or so to do, so, you know, please be patient. Actually, like I mentioned, his health's going down way faster than the Corrupted Void Hunter, so that's what I said would happen. He actually has less life than the Void Hunter had. Also, does this help us stay or do more damage? I don't know, but we used it to our advantage, I guess. Gotta just move around a bit now to heal up. Doesn't change how much damage we do to him, so actually doing something like staying behind him over here is going to do even more damage because all of our towers are in front of him, so they all beam through, dealing damage that way. As you can see. So right now we're using our artifact power to beautiful effect. Just get past here. Now it goes the other way. And we do the same thing, back and forth. It's fine if we get hit by 1 or 2 attacks. Again, we got all the healing, so we're not too worried about it. Every now and then there's something he does that breaks our shields, but he wasn't doing much otherwise, so we have our artifact power, I mean not our artifact power, we've got our ascension back up. That's in the final fight. We can't get behind him, but I'm just hoping that our artifact power, if we just sit right here, is actually going to be hitting him. Because that's obviously what we want. And we're actually doing this much faster. I mean, this is 3 phases, we have to remember that as well. And this is going a lot faster than when we fought the Corrupted Void Hunter, so the fact that we're able to do this quite well is really good. We did get dismemberment there, so we did take the crit on bleed, or crit causes bleed, but standing on him actually got us a little bit dead there, so we did lose 1 life, but doesn't matter too much. I do need to just be careful, that's all. Just these things that are moving around that we don't want to take damage from.
Your bones will be the foundation of my throne.
And there we have it. We actually managed to do it. And that was really, really cool. Really, really fun. It did take us a really long time, but yeah, it worked, which is fantastic. I really thought we weren't going to defeat him, but there you go. Lava Shield, Mana Beam, Ice Shield doing the most amount of damage. Really cool to know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. Really fun to try these weird and wacky builds. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.